Stoveleg Media, igniting conversation.
Welcome to True Crime to Go. What can I get for you?
You know what? Here's my money. Just keep the change, you filthy animal.
Pull up to the second window and we'll see you next crime.
Welcome to True Crime to Go. I am John here with Jamie. How you doing, man?
I'm okay, man. I don't know the right way to tell you this, but you know how you and I don't tell each other what we write about for True Crime to Go? Mm-hmm. What if I told you I wrote this one up too?
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't, but I almost did. I read about it and I'm really excited.
Because I did see that you sent another one that we're going to cover later, and so I was like, oh.
No, I saw this one and thought it was perfect for True Crime to Go, so why don't you get us going?
It's perfect, albeit probably shorter than most of our cases, so just go with us on a small adventure. So we're going to go back to March of 2026. So
totally worth it.
Just a couple months ago now. We're going to go to Chesterfield County, South Carolina.
As we often do.
And that is where on March 17th of 2026, there was a 33-year-old named Patrick Alexander of Mississippi, but he was arrested in Chesterfield County, South Carolina on a trespassing charge. I tried everything in my power to find out more about this trespassing charge. It's so early in the process that I don't think information has come out yet. Publicly available.
And due to what we're about to say, it's probably going to be a long process.
Obviously, this was something that was in the scheme of all the stuff we've ever talked about, this was a misdemeanor. It was a $250 bond. So it was probably not good, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Right.
But his judge set his bond at $250. On March 16th, during his bond hearing, he was giving his personal property because he was going to bail out. And he pulled out a wad of cash, sorted through the bills, and he handed the judge three $100 bills, so $300. And he told the judge, keep the change. He left out the filthy animal.
He's obviously not a huge Home Alone fan.
So why are we talking about this? Why does this story not end there, Jamie?
Yeah, so he had this big wad of cash, and obviously, I don't know, if I'm in a legal situation, I'm going to be nervous, but it's almost like he just threw the money at him, right? He gave him the money and the judge is looking at it like, I can't keep the change. And while he's saying this,
I can't believe we also live in a world where the judge physically takes the money and there's not someone else there.
I wonder, I thought
maybe that's how it's supposed to be, but he actually threw the money at the judge.
Maybe, or he gave it to the bailiff and the bailiff was like, Judge, you need to look at this. Because when the judge got a hold of it, he saw the color was just a little off, and then that led him to look closer and see that there was a bunch of, Chinese writing on the back of the bill, like it often is.
Well, I mean, I think we live about 20 years away from that happening, but not yet.
Not yet. We're not there. So they ended up testing the bills with a counterfeit detection pen, also known as a yellow highlighter. I don't know why we act like those are special. I'm kidding.
I did not know they were just yellow highlighters.
They're not. I'm totally making that up. So as a result, spoiler, they were counterfeit. Of course, that was confirmed by the test, and he was charged with using counterfeit money and forgery in addition to the trespassing charge. There was a warrant for the new charge served while he was still in custody, and he didn't end up posting bond. And as far as we know, mid-March, he was still in jail awaiting more hearings for all of the charges that he's now racked up.
It's so wild that you would be before a judge, $250 to bail out. It's, in the scheme of things, not that much money, because I've seen bails as high as $10,000, $50,000, $1 million, and you go to a bail bondsman. But $250, like, he is going to get more severe consequences for this than he is for his original charge of trespassing. So I pulled up South Carolina state law. For a misdemeanor trespassing charge, he could have faced potential penalties up to a fine of $200 or $1,000, depending on the exact, nature of his crime, or jail time up to 30 days. it increases if there's more to it. So for this new charge, this could be a federal case actually, but it falls under the amount of, if it's under $10,000, that would still be a felony. It's punishable by up to 5 years in prison, and fines are at the discretion of the court. And there's a maximum, I think, a $10,000 fine. So it's insane.
I was talking to one of my kids the other night. They were asking to do something that was just ridiculous. So we started talking about risk versus reward. Like, yes, you would have fun doing this. However, there's a decent chance you're going to die. So is it worth what you're risking to try to accomplish this? And I think this guy did not go into the risk reward conversation with himself.
Have you ever received or used money that you thought was counterfeit?
Not that I know of.
Well, I guess you wouldn't use it assuming you think it's counterfeit. But there was one time as a teenager, I paid for gas with cash. That's a very old man thing to say now. And about 20 minutes later, I'm getting pulled over by a city cop. And it turns out the $20 bill that I used was counterfeit. I had no idea, genuinely no idea.
Yeah.
And I think when the officer pulled over this 17-year-old trembling boy, because I'd never been pulled over before, he probably realized I'm not also running a counterfeit money scheme in my basement.
Yeah.
So he asked me questions as to where did I get it from, and who gave it to me, those kinds of things. And then
where'd you get it from? Who gave it to you?
I have no idea.
Did you have an idea then?
I mean, I cashed my checks at like grocery stores, so it was probably another store in the area.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, next week on True Crime to Go, John makes counterfeit money.
The same cop pulled me over so many times throughout my life. I need to find out if he's still around and maybe get him on the show.
Pull up your rap sheet. Sound good?
His name's Conrad. That's literally all the information I have about him.
This has been a crime story in 10 minutes or less.
Would you like crime with that?
You've listened to True Crimecast, distributed by Stoveleg Media. Check out stoveleg.com to find out more about your hosts and to find other podcasts to listen to. Stoveleg Media, igniting conversation.